Hello everyone. I wanted to make this video kind of piggybacking off of my last video. We're still talking about me being stalked and harassed for the past 16 years by a narcopath. Just want to make a few things clear if you have been following my story from the first video. I wanted to give people a 360 perspective, a sky view, so that it can bring a little understanding as to my story, my perspective, my truth. If in fact I am a chosen one, I myself know what I'm dealing with from all angles in my life. And if I have navigated properly thus far, I would think, or I would like to think, that the way I'm viewing things is me remaining focused, knowing the details, which I can't get into 100% of the details, because if I could, and people were walking with me throughout this stalking and harassment for the past 16 years, I think people will understand why I still move the way I move, why I remain focused with certain things, why I see things differently than what the narcissist is trying to create, the narratives that he wants me to believe for the past 16 years. I am fully aware of what the narcissist does in the background, what he hides, what he always calls behind the scenes. Things are always behind the scenes with the narcissist because nothing is real. So it's always something behind the scenes. I have a full view of what he calls behind the scenes. Well, let me just get into it. People have to understand that this started 16 years ago. What certain people are seeing now for the past 5 years is what they're seeing for only the past 5 years. So the narratives change even further when you're dealing with a narcissist. For example, the narcissist wants me to believe that things went down the way he makes it seem. When I met the twin flame, everything was fine for a year. This is after going through 16 years of stalking, harassment, of him trying to deter me, him trying to keep me small, keeping people away from me, telling me what I can and cannot do, everywhere I go. Okay. Now, whether it's him and other people that he has manipulated into helping him, most likely that is due to what he always does, is he fills everyone's head with his narrative, the way he wants things to seem, in order to get his desired outcome, which is to continuously keep me from what I want, from what I see, from what I know are the details to how things should be moving. So what he's doing is coming in and he's using his own alternate reality of how he wants things to be. And he will convince other people of it continuously. It's a non-stop job for this person. Again, it's a non-stop, chronic, relentless thing that he does. So recently, when I started a new job where I met the twin flame, you have to understand that there were 2 previous jobs where the narcissist did the same exact thing. Had people breadcrumb me, Okay? It is not the flame who's breadcrumbing me at this point. The narcissist gets, now this is the perspective that I know in my own mind, my own spirit. I know what I'm looking at. I will not change the way I see things due to the narcissist consistently changing the narratives. What other people believe, I cannot control. That is none of my business or concern to carry. What I am doing is navigating with my guides in such a way where it has worked for me this far, and I'm going to continue to follow that. I will not be disillusioned by the narcissist through other people, be it friends, family, online, co-workers, community, whatever. I know what I am seeing. I know what my spirit is telling me, what the universe, God, is telling me. Why is it that everywhere I go, the narcissist contacts people under the guise that he is warning people about how bad of a person I am? Yet everyone experiences something different. That is through manipulation, coercion, lots of lies, excuses, pretending to be a victim of nothing. This is the third job where I met the twin flame. Why is someone calling your job in the first place? It's because they're going to set you up to fail. Narcissists set you up everywhere you go. They try to delay you. They try to keep you from things. The narcissist is extremely jealous of me, my life, my connections. Anything that comes in for me, anything that'll make you smile. I'm trying to tell people I'm dealing with a mentally ill person. Okay. So when he's building these narratives with people as to who the twin flame is, mind you, he met the twin flame possibly maybe 2 years ago. Okay. I've known the narcissist since we were kids. A long stretch where I didn't connect with this person and he found me on Facebook. I no longer have a Facebook or any social media, but this one I'm speaking on right now. So if this person is consistently contacting, whether it be community people, your job, why is he doing this consistently? Because he's not happy with his own life. He has to make it appear like everyone else is doing bad. This is because he gets into people's worlds and forces his way in to find out information. And just like he's done with me for 16 years, he will do that with the next person who he's targeting. Now, he's consistently wanting people to believe that the twin flame breadcrumbed me. The twin flame did not breadcrumb me at all in the beginning. Everything was moving as it should. Until the narcissist came in and a few other people who the narcissist may have manipulated. If you have a group of people at a job place who are all being manipulated using coercion, lies, mind control, now you have a group of people who are trying to separate two other people. Again, we were fine until people found out about the connection. The twin flame did not breadcrumb me. It was an even give and take. In the beginning, when the narcissist found out, he came in, found out a lot of information about the twin flame, pretending to know about me. What I know about the narcissist is that he was a bully since we were kids. It just got worse throughout the years, and it will get worse as he ages. The narcissist is tunnel vision. He has an alternate reality. Now, I'm not just saying that. All narcissists have their own reality. It is a one-way connection with this person, with anyone. Everything is the way he says it is. And if you don't believe it, he will continuously try to make you believe that things are what he says it is. Sure, everyone's reality is theirs, but the truth is the truth, and distorted thinking is distorted thinking in order to gain something or get a certain outcome. This person is very skilled, a master manipulator. So the twin flame crumbing me, the twin flame being so-called an alcoholic, being on drugs, that he's going to prison, doesn't have anything. His finances are down. There's so much that a narcissist is going to tell you because he wants to gain likability and keep another person small. That's been for the time frame that he knows the twin flame. It's been 16 years for me with the same shit. If I connected with someone in the past, it was the same scenario that the narcissist created. Excuse me. So let's just put it in perspective. The twin flame breadcrumbing me. That is to make it appear like the twin flame had nothing to offer. Or the twin flame is toying with my mind. The reason the twin flame stopped connecting, which he didn't 100%, excuse me, he didn't 100% the whole time. No matter what the narcissist was putting into the twin flame's mind, it got worse throughout time, yes. But his soul kept hanging on and his mind was being manipulated because he was in 3D. And as he's awakening, the truth is coming to him. And what is good about that is that the twin flame takes accountability. The twin flame is starting to discover what he's doing that is keeping him in a low vibration. And he chose to start ascending and continue with that. The narcissist will never self-reflect enough to do the same thing. They are narcissists. Narcissists do not change. Even in therapy, it does not change. It is their default setting. That's why it's a mental illness and categorized as this in the DSM book of mental illness. It's a never-ending illusion. And until you're in the direct line of fire, you won't understand what I'm telling you. And it doesn't really matter because it's up to me to navigate my own life and move the way I'm moving because I know the deepest of details in all of this. If the twin flame, people are constantly telling me that he's breadcrumbing me. That is because the narcissist wants people to believe this. The narcissist has created nothing but struggles, chaos, division, divide and conquer. That's what they do. This is to consistently cause chaos in your life so that you have to continuously look his direction. If a narcissist cannot get this fake love that he wants from you, fake admiration, praising, if he's not getting what he wants in a positive way for only he, not for the other person, he's happy with hate. Narcissists enjoy you hating them. That creates a sense of power, a sense of you're still looking at me. Because when people walk away, mind their business, live their life as normal, the narcissist hates that. This means there is no attention at all. So, again, I've done enough investigation about the flame to know that he has a home. The narcissist doesn't want people to have a home. He has a job. The narcissist doesn't want anybody with a job. He was happy and fine in the beginning. He started to change when the narcissist and someone else came into his life. Now, given he left the last job and already had another job in line. I'm not saying that the twin flame is perfect, but he is not the person that people that the narcissist wants you to believe. If we are twin flames, this is not a lustful energy. Those who understand a twin flame connection, there is a certain amount of magnetism that you cannot get rid of. That's what makes you twin flames. The universe is trying to assure that you do come into union with someone it selected for a reason that we don't understand right now. I do in a deeper level, but that's too much to get into in this video. So putting things into perspective, going back to the beginning of what I was saying, is that the narcissist makes everyone breadcrumby. He tells people not to talk to me, don't connect with her. And he makes insidious, nasty lies about me that makes people treat you like you got the worst case of COVID you've ever heard of. This is not just with the twin flame. This happened with my connections at work. He did this with family 16 years ago. He does this with friends. He does this at places where I attend my hobbies. Anything and everything he puts his hands into because he's constantly compromising my technology to stay one step ahead before you even get there. I've had to have more than one phone, not because I'm cheating. I'm not with anyone that way to be cheating. He stays one step ahead in order to destroy things, so he can feel like he always has one up on me. A person who has to do that is pretty much telling you you're above them. When people are messing with you to that extent, is because they constantly feel that you're above them. That is in his own mind. Again, the narcissist has his own alternate reality that is on a consistent play by play in his mind. You are entering a delusion when you're talking to the narcissist. Talk to anyone who has dealt with a real full-blown narcissist. They'll tell you the same thing. This is not just a narcissist, but a sociopath, a scammer, a deceiver, consistently. It may be hard to believe because they sound normal when they speak to other people. But I know this is my story and I have to navigate it the way I know I should be. The narcissist is consistently trying to change the narrative about who's who and what's what. None of this, let's put it this way. I would not have people bothering me at all if it wasn't for the narcissist. Sure, chosen ones get this strange reaction due to our energy here and there from certain people. And that is naturally how the universe, God, guides you to your soul tribe. Those people who aren't in your frequency wind up falling off naturally. But that's normal to everyone's life. When a narcissist came in 16 years ago, that's when things got weird. Again, that was 16 years ago. The same scenario that people are hearing today started 16 years ago with family. Disillusioning family online, pretending to be me. And kept that going for 16 years. Many years ago, I was in another workplace and he had them harassing and breadcrumbing me there as well. Breadcrumbing can come from anyone in your life where they give you just a little to stay connected. And they're really not into you like that. Everyone has experienced breadcrumbing from family, friends, co-workers, community. But a narcissist wants to significantly place those thoughts onto the twin flame in order to manifest division. The narcissist manipulated many people the past 5 years at the last job. where I had female friends who I was connecting with well and networking, and things were going great and business was doing better and better. And he would hear that, because remember, he has my phone compromised, not my other phone, because I have a private phone that no one can get into. And that's how I've been able to stay ahead, because I've had to learn to alter things in my life just to live as normal. And that's fine with me. So I've had family member breadcrumb me and pretend to be fine while they were gaslighting me, punishing me for nothing, for things the narcissist took over their minds. Again, a narcissist will colonize your mind. And if that person already doesn't like you, it'll follow through, even better for him. The twin flame isn't breadcrumbing me due to his own action. Imagine you're being mind controlled in the 3D by a narcissist who is skilled and knows you're in the 3D. The narcissist knows I'm in 5D. And that's where his so-called punishment for me saying no comes in. He knows you're bright and you have light. You have ideas. You're normally a happy person. You get along with everyone. He knows this, which is why he can't reach me and take that away from me. But he can take that away from others to try and get the same effect. If he cannot control you, per se, he will control those around you, so you're still getting the same results. Otherwise, those around me would grow, elevate, understand themselves, heal. The narcissist doesn't want that if I'm not giving him my energy. Family have breadcrumbed me and betrayed me. Friends, co-workers, breadcrumbing. So the narcissist will use key words in order for everyone to attack the flame instead of him. This is how he wiggles his way out of everything for 15 years, consistently changing the narrative in other people's minds while I am focused, which is why I have navigated this far in the way that I have gracefully. Because I understand it from all angles at such a depth that if I could push a button in your mind right now, you would say, oh shit, I get it now. The narcissist is putting blinders on everyone so that he continues stalking and harassing me. Once this is all over and this story is an old thing you heard of from the past, he will still continue to bother me. Until something solid enough is done to show this person you are not God. And my understanding is never going to change. He is never going to make me believe what someone else is doing, because I give everyone the grace to tell their story, and I'm looking at it from everyone's perspective, which is why I give grace to certain people who were manipulated, because I know that you are not as aware as I am within this situation and in many other levels. This is not to say that I'm better than anyone. This is just a bigger understanding because I am so tapped in. Now, there are a lot of people who are spiritual and intuitive, and there's levels to this. The level where I am looking down that mountain at the perspective of where everyone is and how people are growing. The narcissist doesn't even allow that to people who are already intuitive, because there's the next level to that intuition that they may not have reached yet. So again, when people try to convince me that the twin flame breadcrumb me, the twin flame was told not to talk to me. The twin flame may be afraid to text me because he doesn't want me to have to suffer something more with the narcissist. That's given the narcissist way too much control. And not to mention that if somebody has convinced you of things for so long, it's kind of hard to break that habit. And the universe is trying to make certain people, which is more than the twin flame, is to be brave enough to still interact with me and not fear that the narcissist is going to start stalking them, which is another fear of some people. The narcissist wants to make me the plague so no one comes near me still. And it takes for people to wake up and realize this person does not have the power that you were made to believe. What you're feeling is a demonic energy that may be making you feel a certain way. But do you think that's right, that people are still in that mindset, that mind control, that they can break due to the narcissist injecting his venom into people, his spell work into people? This is how he continuously tries to keep you isolated if other people don't grow a backbone. So no, the narcissist can try to control everyone else around me, but he will never control me. I will still move the way I'm supposed to, the way my guides is leading me. I'm not going to believe something. The twin flame may have fallen into that in the 3D, but me being in the 5D, I am not going to judge someone simply because of what I hear from anyone about anyone else. I get to know that person on my own. I make the judgment when I interact with them. Not something I hear online, not something I hear from friends, not something I read or I heard through the grapevine. I give people that much grace and understand that other people have agendas all around us every day. I'm going to give you enough respect to listen to you, not at you. Because what is happening to me is happening in a smaller or bigger scale to many other people. The world conditions us to remain small, to not see things properly. We've been fooled of many things in this world. And if we do not think critically and gift ourselves with that truth and seeking that truth and question everything, we will keep falling at the wayside and keeping ourselves small. So no, I don't care what the narcissist is telling people. This connection I have with the twin flame is real for us. Though the narcissist says it's just an illusion, it's not a real thing. Of course, he wants certain people to believe that, and he will use the power of suggestion. But until you're in my shoes, you won't understand what this is. Am I stuck with it? No. Is it an obligation? No. Is it the twin flame and I having a codependent relationship? No. Is it trauma bonding? No. In fact, what the narcissist is projecting is that he creates a trauma bond and pretends to be a good person, a mentor to the twin flame and other people who he may spend time with on the phone, entertaining himself, toying with people, creating soul ties that are not real. Creating trauma bonds. He gets into wherever your wounds are, creates a trauma bond, and now you think you have a new best friend who cares about you. Then later you suffer as he starts to siphon, find out information, wants to know how much money you're making as opposed to him. He's highly competitive, even with people he doesn't know. So the one who tried to trauma bond with me is the narcissist, and he couldn't do it because I'm not sitting in my childhood wounds. That's water under the bridge. That's been done a long time ago. The reason he talks about our childhood and he can't let childhood go is because he's not healed, and he doesn't want me to be healed. He doesn't want you to be healed. Whoever's listening and has connected with the narcissist. This is how he keeps you small. Does that make sense now? The narcissist knew that the twin flame was very deep in the 3D. He was using his ego, which we all have, but using that against him, saying it's bros before hoes. Oh, and you know how women are. Don't go towards her. She just wants you for your money. Now he's making it appear like other people don't have money. Why would I still want to connect with the twin flame if I was after his money at first? See, the narratives change as it goes along. I don't care if the twin flame doesn't have money. That is not what this connection is about. This is a soul-based, a deeper thing that people don't understand unless you're in it. I'm fine on my own. I don't need anyone's money. And it's also not a lustful situation. The narcissist will say that because he knows that twin flames have a magnetism. So he wants to find another excuse as to why we want to connect. And that's the reason and excuse why keep us apart. Mind you that yes, twin flames will have a high sexual attraction to each other, which is not actually just sexual. It is a soul-based love. He just got caught up in the middle and had to learn a lot of karmic lessons. Twin flames hurt each other, especially the one that is more 3D based. There's always one that's more spiritual in the connection. And there's usually one that's older. You have to be older with the wisdom in order to bring in that understanding and healing for the other person. You don't force it, you guide. The narcissist stepped in and wanted to rewrite the story of this journey. Not only with this journey, but with my journey as to who I am, even since we were kids, trying to use the excuse of childhood connection as a reason to stay connected today. The narcissist is extremely calculated. This is on his mind all the time. That's what obsession is. In finding ways to continuously divide, connect, keep small, or to stop something in progress. So if the twin flame breadcrumbed me, so did family, so did friends, so did coworkers. Because ones that I had to interact with and I couldn't get away from it at work, they would breadcrumb you because the narcissist kept telling people whatever he had to say in order to get people to walk away from you, not towards you. So you can imagine it is breadcrumbing or nothing at all. This is so nothing develops in the proper way. So no one sees you as you are. He hates my light and hates when other people discover it and how other people feel around me. He wants people to feel that way around him. And it never works. All relationships crumble around a narcissist in time, which is most likely why he's divorced or she left. I want to give people a perspective, a short description of twin flames. If you have a soulmate out there, this may resonate with that as well. We all have a twin flame. When we meet them, is up to the universe. In the beginning of the journey, there's a spark. There is a recognition that happens and is very intense. I remember having a Kundalini rising at work due to the connection. Was it spell work in the beginning? No, I don't believe so. I don't even think it's spell work now to get me to stay on the right path with the journey. It's the universe. Spell work and the universe working are two different things. In the beginning, there is a spark, a recognition. You know this person from somewhere, a familiarity that you cannot explain. And then everything's fine. And then you have a separation stage. That's when the intensity of it kicks in. When you feel such a profound connection and love, unconditional love for a person that you've never felt before. And it can be a little scary in the beginning. You don't know what to do with it because you've never felt that love before. Which I want to remind people that it's God's love is sent from the universe. Something we've never felt before. So it can be scary and you run from it. Not to mention that at that time, in that stage in the connection, the narcissist is reading my text and is understanding that we are discovering who we are to each other. So the narcissist is going to do his homework on twin flames and try to divide that. So he kept trying to enter the mind of the twin flame and then employing co-workers to create that division along with him in different ways. So now you have someone who is dealing with the recognition and the intensity of it, especially if you're a guy who has a hard time expressing emotions or maybe an avoidant. An avoidant can heal, take accountability, and move on as a better person. A narcissist can't because they're God, remember. They never self-reflect and it's never going to happen. In fact, they will pretend that they're healing to mimic someone else. And then once they get in, they will abuse you again. They will laugh and tease you for letting them back in. They're assholes. And I'm not just making this up and liking one person more than the other or trying to hurt the narcissist or trying to make him jealous. Those are all lies. Because in his mind, we've had a relationship for 16 years. And me meeting my twin flame is me purposely trying to make him jealous. I was never in a relationship with this person. I'm telling you, this is a delusional, mentally ill person who's obsessed. He lives an alternate reality that he wants to live. Now, he'll come in and tell you different and seem normal, and that's not what it is. But it keeps resorting back to that because the mask that he tries to continuously keep on, it must never fall. After the twin flame separation, what is supposed to happen, or what happens with all twin flames, is they come into a union. That is after the karmic lessons. That is after awakening. And there may be more ascending that he has to do. But the twin flame or someone else is trying to keep him from that, because I was recently blamed for the narcissist waking up from spells. That I did something to wake him up. No, this is the natural process. He's supposed to be waking up. This is the pattern of twin flames. That's exactly what's supposed to be happening. What you have is these demonic energies that come together. They can smell the healing. They can sense what's about to happen or what's happening. And they try to keep you from this. And the narcissist will recruit other entities to help them out with that. Even if it wasn't a twin flame connection, they come together to stop progress. If you are not helping them grow alone, they're not giving that back to you. They don't want anybody else to have that progress. So once the twin flames, when they do reunite, that is after the karmic lessons. Normally, that's what happens. When twin flames align, what the universe is doing is raising the frequency of the one who was in 3D, more 3D base. Raising that awareness, raising that frequency. So when they come together with the more aware twin flame, They're meeting you where you are. And even if they're not all the way there, they can come into union when there's enough awareness and understanding. When twin flames unite, it is this euphoric feeling that is not lust. The euphoric feeling is that now you chose God, you chose yourself, you chose to believe and trust in love, something you've never felt before. Now you're accepting it. And what that does is bring healing, not just to the twin flames. If you have a bunch, the twin flames come in cycles, waves. I believe there was one in 2022 when me and the twin flame met, or 23, maybe sooner. There was a lot of twin flames that met at that time. It comes in waves. Then it comes into those waves of coming into union. And what happens is when many twin flames come together and they have a better understanding and they believe in God's love and what the universe has created, what's happening when that happens, a bunch of twin flames coming together and uniting, of course, is not all on the same day. Excuse the noise in the background, that's traffic. What happens is this healing that took place, this belief, this understanding, this accepting of a love that you've never felt before, that drops positivity into the planet. That is when a lot of people are coming into these waves and shifts of awakening, the twin flames drop a bigger drop of healing, a high frequency into the planet. It's all energetic. It's all energy. These entities, these demons, they show who they are because they're the ones who are causing conflict, separation, division, so that you don't come into this understanding and that frequency isn't spilled over into the universe. It's a spiritual warfare. So I have a full understanding at a universal spiritual level, which is why I don't deviate from the plan. I was given an assignment from the universe, God, my guides, and I never deviated from it. Me doing this may have helped the twin flame come into more of an awareness and alignment within himself because we mirror each other. Which is why these entities wanted to distort the twin flame so that I'm distorted. So I had to focus. I know what it is. I know the assignment. And I would like to continue and complete the assignment, the journey that was given, my story that was given to me. I'm not deviating from my own end of it. For the twin flame, that is up to him. And every time that he comes into this understanding and awareness, and I do believe that my energy, it is not being pulled by the twin flame. He's not siphoning my energy. He never did. He may have ghosted me. In the beginning, it was two different things. One, they become a runner. One of the twin flames become a runner. And they're running from this feeling they've never felt before. And then the universe is trying to align them, is trying to help them become aware when they accept that they are worthy of this connection. This is about them finding themselves and believing they are worthy of a love that they've never had before. To keep that distorted is what other people may be attempting to do. I don't allow it from my end. So when I sent a text once a month to the twin flame, it was something encouraging or information as to what he was going through. That is not me manipulating the twin flame. I am doing what my guides is telling me to do, helping someone heal and coming into their understanding without forcing it, without losing myself. It's part of my assignment. It is not something I'm obligated to do, forced to do. It is not a trauma bond. The narcissist has tried to trauma bond with me, create so much trauma where he wants me to have Stockholm Syndrome. That is when you start saving your own abuser. That's not going to happen. This is why the narcissist is the antagonist, the problem starter. Then he becomes the victim throughout the whole thing. Excuse me. Then he plays the victim. There was one point where he posted somewhere, I'm not going to let these people hurt you like they did in the past. No one in the past hurt me. The narcissist created the hurt. The narcissist antagonized things. The narcissist made people hate me. So if they're hurting me, now he's coming in as the hero, pretending that nothing happened. Look it up. Narcissists act like nothing happened. In their head is an alternate reality. It is a mental illness that does not appear like one at first. Let's put it this way. How many of you out there had a good connection? The frequency was great. It was aligned. And someone else comes in and tries to create division or make you feel a certain way. You have people around you who are jealous of the connection. That happens to people every day. Now imagine it being twin flames. People tried to do this with me and my ex-husband when we first met, where you had certain people, even his own mother, who was losing her baby boy, and she tried to cause problems in the beginning until she got to know me, because we didn't deviate from what we felt. When a partner is dealing with a chosen one, other people can sense. If you're a female, other people can sense what the male is going to receive from you. This is not a person who's siphoning my energy. This is a person who started doing what he was doing under the guidance of people who had bad intentions. Now, would he had a little bit of distortion here and there? Yes. That's something we would have worked out as he heals, as he understands, as he finds his worth. Because I wouldn't have been the one to tolerate any shenanigans. So it would have worked out fine. Even in friendship, this is not about a per se commitment. This is about two souls finding the other half. Twin flames are two halves of one soul essence. That is why there is a recognition in the beginning. So basically, the narcissist is trying to keep me from my own soul essence, from meeting that other half of me. We've already met. There's no turning back. We're going to always feel a sense of something is missing. And you can't get away from it. We tried. Not necessarily that we wanted to. But when you have added things, that makes the understanding of it worse. Not for me, because I understood the journey and the assignment. And I will not deviate. And if we never come into union, that connection is always going to be there in the 5D. Because I'm sending him light regardless. My light may have broken curses off of him. That's how powerful the 5D connection is. I didn't come in here and come into this connection by choice. And in a way it is, because what your deeper heart desires, God knows, the universe knows, and it sends you what your heart that you don't even know you were wanting. until later you realize, you know what, that's exactly what I was asking for. Because I know not just his potential, I know that once he is healed, I saw him at a healed state already. This is not about money. The narcissist may have made it into a money thing, tried to walk it in that direction. Because the narcissist tells people that I stole money from him, that he never had it, that I've never stolen. This is a scam. There was a time when I text the twin flame, let me know if you need anything, I'm here, just something lighthearted. And what I meant was at work, sometimes you help each other out, you work as a team. The narcissist saw that text and was jealous. Oh, if she's saying that, let me trick the twin flame that she stole money from me and I'm trying to get it back. Maybe if he's close to her and they feel that way, maybe she'll trust him and get money from her. And if you're in the 3D, you could fall into that. Other people in the past, before I met the twin flame, they were told to scam me, to make up an excuse to get money from them so they can send the narcissist the money. At no time do I lie to myself. Does the twin flame cross my mind? Every day. Yep. Do I have love for this person? Yes. That's not going anywhere. Does it have to be a commitment? Not necessarily. Can I meet someone else and be happy? Probably. Would it ever feel the way it felt now that I know a different type of love? Sometimes you begin to think to yourself, the love that I've had in the past, was that love? Because now you felt something you've never felt before. Does it mean that you have to be intimate? Not necessarily. Do you want to? Probably. Because you do want to touch the person that you care for, that you love. You do want to be close with them, even if it's just a hug. The narcissist and possibly others who were either paid or manipulated to cause division, they don't want to see that happen. For some people, they could care less. For the narcissist, it's a chronic thought in his head to keep me from everyone, not just the twin flame. I'm trying to express to people this person is mentally ill, is beyond obsession. So basically, people are trying to deter me and don't realize that when you look at the bigger perspective, 360, people are telling me not to love myself. So if twin flames fight for each other, at some point we're fighting for our own soul essence, the other half. We want to meet the other half. Can we feel complete alone and learn lessons? Yes. But can it be a desire to meet your other half? Yes. And that is our business. For those who are sending us love and light and positivity and want to see it work even in friendship, I appreciate you. Thank you. Maybe you understand twin flames at a deeper level. We only have this lifetime to make it work in this lifetime. Will we meet again? Yes. Have we met in a past lifetime? Yes. And in each lifetime, things get better and better. You learn and ascend more and more in every lifetime. The blocks are removed in every lifetime. In every lifetime, these demons will try to deter you because it's about not dropping that positive frequency into the universe. It's bigger than what people can see. If the twin flame wants to connect, he is free to call, free to text. There have been times where I text him and I believe he's calling from another number just to let me know that he got the message. He may be dealing with a lot of internal factors. Embarrassment. The recognition of this and coming to terms that he's worthy of it. Now you have people trying to divide, whichever way they're doing it, whether it be spell work or, I don't pay attention to the spell work because I know that I'm protected. And I know who's protecting me. And it's powerful. And I'm grateful for it. That is something I keep close to my chest as to what it is. It's up to the twin flame. I will not force it. I'm not supposed to. Because if I force it, the last drops of the lessons will not be learned. I can't play God. But the narcissist, they have the God complex and want to control the whole narrative. When the narcissist states that the twin flame is after my money, my energy, excuse me, a multitude of things supposedly the twin flame is after. When two people have a connection, what is the connection? That's energy, right? When you care about someone, you want to bask in their energy. That is what if you were in a relationship right now, that's exactly what's going on in your connection. It is the exchange of energy. So it's a given. And why would be different between twin flames, even if we weren't? There is an energy exchange. That happens with everyone, even with your family, your friends, your co-workers. The twin flame isn't siphoning my energy. I know how to handle that if that were the case. The energy that we're exchanging in 5D and want to meet with in 3D, it's natural. It's supposed to happen. Why is it different with us? When the narcissist is saying that he's after money, my energy, what he's doing is projecting exactly what he's been doing for 16 years, trying to siphon my energy, trying to inflate himself while deflating me, or trying to. When he talks about money, because everything is money, it is because the narcissist has been after my money, pocket watching me for 16 years, which is why he doesn't want me to work or tries to stop that. Because he wants to look like the manly man who makes more money than the woman. He wants to humble you, and he wants to take it from you any way that he can. This is what he does for a living to a lot of people. He's a scammer. Always checking into people's finances, digging into shit that he shouldn't be. That is his default setting. That is his alternate reality. Remember, everything is politics. It's not the twin flame necessarily after my money. If two people come together and if it's going to be a thing, of course, we're both going to want to make money. The way the narcissist sees it as, what do you bring to the table? Let me see. Oh, he's trying to get to her money before I do. Not necessarily. If the twin flame is a money-based thinker, that's not something he's going to get from me, nor do I want it from him. But when twin flames come together, that's another thing, is that your money grows. When you are in the energy of someone who's in your frequency, and with twin flames is powerful. Your money gets better. There's a huge abundance that comes in. There's understanding. There's healing. Lots of things come in when twin flames come together. The narcissist doesn't like that it's not him, because he's been trying to have that position for years. Because he wants to siphon and destiny swap. He wants me to inflate him with my energy And I don't want to give him that. He's not supposed to have that. I'm not in a connection with him. He wants to force it. So that's why he tries to siphon from afar. By depleting you of things, psychologically, he's trying to get good energy from me from afar. Isn't this what they do in Hollywood? Where they sacrifice someone in order to grow themselves? That's what he's teaching other people. If you do this, you will have abundance of things. That's the devil trying to take out a chosen one to grow themselves. That's disgusting for anyone to do it. He literally tells people, this is going to make you money. This is going to grow you by the blood of a chosen one. That's the mindset of this demon. I believe he asked the twin flame to poison me. Now I'm supposed to be afraid of the twin flame? So we're consistently divided by all these thoughts placed in your mind. I'm not easily manipulated. If the twin flame wanted to take me out, he most likely had plenty of chances to do that. And I believe he denied that request. And I want you to see the bigger picture, how the universe placed twin flames together. After the narcissist told me I will never find love again because he was trying to consistently control that. And the universe, God, smacked the narcissist and sent me a twin flame. God's a joker. The narcopath also said, you're screaming for help and no one can hear you. Now that people can hear me, people can see me, people are understanding it at a deeper level, though some may not be able to do anything about it or help you. People now can see through it here and there. So God's consistently smacking the narcissist. But remember, the narcissist is God. He never takes heed with anything. Again, they have their own alternate reality. It is a one-way understanding with the narcissist. He wants what he wants, and that's it. He will pretend to be healed. He will pretend that what I'm saying is not true. He will turn the tables. For 16 years, this is not something he's just starting to do. And it's because something I did in the past. I did absolutely nothing to this person but say no. You're not supposed to say no to a narcissist. You're not supposed to interrupt their original plan because it becomes a game to the narcissist to continue the original plan until they get what they want. What does he want? To continue to siphon my energy? He even put it in the perspective of, oh, she's just my muse. She inspires me. Bullshit. Everything is twisted into something else so that he can keep getting away with doing what he's doing in his own mind, not in my reality. Now, because the narcissist is consistently in competitive mode, he has to one-up everyone. And if you're one-up on him, he has to bring you down to a lower level so that he can feel better about himself. The narcissist for 16 years has created a competitive environment everywhere I go. This is by telling people, oh, she thinks she's better. Oh, she thinks she has more. Oh, she's materialistic. We need to humble her. When you create a competitive situation with people, that's placing the 3D mind in a position to want to win something that you're not a part of. I am living my everyday normal life, and most people would not know what position I'm in unless it was for the narcissist. This is how the narcissist is employing society to try to keep you down, competing with you, and people literally want to take you out so they can feel better about themselves. Because creating a competition places people in this strange way about themselves. And knowing that I'm not a competitive person, I'm genuine, it's natural, it didn't come without struggle, and chosen ones are compensated with an abundance here and there due to being anointed, due to following the path, due to being loyal to something above us. But it doesn't come easy all the time. In fact, we may struggle in certain areas even more because you do have people trying to humble you, competing with you, copying you. Every chosen one will tell you how people around them are always siphoning or trying to copy you if they're not siphoning. When you talk to someone, you are talking to the narcissist. The narcissist injects his way of thinking into other people. Why? Because it's the narcissist who's jealous and competitive. And he places other people who otherwise wouldn't be that way into your life. It wouldn't be so bad. You may have people copying you, a little competitive here and there, whatever they're doing. From my end, I'm just being myself. The narcissist heightens that into people. So this way, he gets a better result if those around you are his right-hand man. You're his eyes, his ears, and his hands and feet. What's happening is that God is isolating the twin flame. And most of us who are awakening, we do come into that space where you are a little more alone or isolated from certain things, or you come into this space where you want to spend time alone. What's happening is the universe is making the twin flame and possibly others talk to God more. Go within, self-reflect. And when that happens, all the details of everything that has happened, when they were manipulated, taken away from themselves, or possibly spells, you start to awaken and talk to God. You're able to hear the universe guiding you a little better as time goes along. So the twin flame has probably laid there at night. I can imagine, and I'm feeling that different thoughts, different past events, different words, ideas, actions, scenarios, they're all popping off in his head right now. And he's putting the pieces together, which is the epitome of ascending, the epitome of coming into self-awareness. I can feel it telepathically on my end, which is why every now and then I'll send him a text, understanding where he is. And the more positive I remain, the more I go within, while still navigating and moving as normal, is helping him, hopefully. When I met the twin flame, I was under the impression, or maybe it was true, that he's coming into transitions in his life. Maybe he'll remain where he is, because I'm not sure. Either way, he's still coming with the twin flame connection, coming into a better understanding of himself with whoever he's with, whether he stays with that person or not. He has to choose his own happiness. And if it's there, it doesn't have to change. He's still coming into that awareness. The twin flame connection isn't necessarily 100% about a commitment. Majority of the time, it does become one. But if it doesn't, good friends can develop from it. Because in a sense, you are connecting with yourself and everything is just flowing beautifully. And you can still help each other grow. You can still help each other heal, advise each other. Because now you are coming into a trust. You're building trust, a foundation with this person if allowed to. What do you think these demons are doing? Trying to prevent even a friendship. Because there are other people who want him and there are people who want me and they want that for themselves. It's not meant for them. And I will not be forced into connections that I know the universe isn't sending me. It's up to the twin flame to do what he has to do from his end. No judgment here, no matter which way it goes. Would I like to connect in any way? Yes. I still leave it to the universe. I don't carry the burdens of it. I'm here to guide, not to do the work. The narcissist will continuously plant these seeds of thoughts into the minds of people so that it can be conveyed to me a certain way. And then this way is planting seeds of thoughts in my mind. I know how the narcissist ticks through other people. He uses other people for everything. He does nothing himself. Other people do his dirty work, his words, the actions that take place, while the narcissist keeps his hands clean. It's all psychological. In the meantime, he's doing things with his own hands online, using my likeness, possibly making money on the dark web. Why do you think he wants the surveillance? Whether paying people to stay silent or people to do it, they make their money. People get entertained while trying to have me struggle. It's not right. How would you like it if somebody's constantly watching you? Or you have children? You know, you have to think about how I've had to alter certain things in my life. If I'm being watched. Go throughout your complete day with someone trying to watch you and try to gain something sexual so they can use it on the dark web to make money off of you while trying to deplete you of money, love, a job. Pretty much your shit. You shouldn't have anything good for yourself. And on top of that, as a woman, you have to constantly protect yourself. Just like I went through when I was a child. With someone who was supposed to be my stepfather, making holes in the walls to watch you take a shower. It's the same concept when men are trying to watch you now, and some disgusting women. And then nobody tells you the truth because everybody wants to enjoy the shows. And I've had to learn to keep it together and not lose myself and still remain happy on top of all of that. I went from a person who does things a certain way. Let me give you a little example. Every woman likes to take off their bra, right? It's relaxing. You don't have something holding up your boobs all day long. It's gotten to the point where I have to wear a bra even when I don't want to. Even with a shirt on. Because someone's constantly trying to watch you in some way or another. I'm sure women know what I'm talking about. That's just a little example of things that I had to alter because I have this nasty motherfucker who is the one who is sexually deviant himself. It's not other people who are lustful. The narcissist hides it. Oh, he says, I'm loyal. No, I'm not in a lustful energy. I have integrity. I have it together. All my ducks are in a row. While he's doing all these things on the side that go undetected, I know exactly what the hell I'm looking at. Just a little side note for the women out there. When you're using a public restroom, even if you're in your own home, if you live in an apartment, it's even worse. If you're having to be in a hotel room for whatever reason, cover up a little more. Because these type of nasty people are everywhere. They're everywhere. So when you're using a public restroom, either try to wear a long shirt or find a way to cover yourself, because there are videos and pictures being taken and sold. People don't care. You have to care for yourself. You have to cover yourself. We do not have protectors. Even I don't even know if we ever really had them, because these nasty type of entities are everywhere since the beginning of time. Cover your children as well when you can, even in your own home. You see, these demons do not want you to be relaxed and comfortable. I still find a way to do it. I still keep my joy, but I'm very much aware of what's around me. That's not paranoia, that's being smart. Nor am I reaching too much or making things up. I'm highly aware. When you're this high ranking, it comes with accepting duality. It is what it is, but you can have a sense of freedom and joy and accept the state of the world. Being in that 5D allows me to be comfortable with it. I live as normal. I enjoy the person that I have become. Coming into myself allowed me to accept all of this. And a lot of people are unaware that these things are happening. Because you're living as normal. So am I. But at the same time, like they say, the cliche saying, ignorance is bliss. So you're not aware that some of these things are happening. And that may be a good thing in a sense. The chosen ones, people who are high ranking, we have that hand up. There's levels to this. We have an awareness that's much greater. So when you're speaking to people and they don't understand you, we have to also accept that duality as well. You have to remember that most people around you are in it for themselves. They could care less what you're suffering with. They could care less of the internal dialogue you have. They could care less about your feelings. They want what they want. It's all fun and games. Until the universe and God starts handing out what it needs to, in order to help people to understand that we're humans having a human experience. So me having a certain level of compassion to where people are, whether it's good or bad, for a narcissist, you having empathy is me wearing the rose-colored glasses. When you wear any color glasses, can you not see through them? You see, the narcissist doesn't want you to have that inner bliss, that inner love and freedom. So he's always saying that I'm wearing rose-colored glasses, because in his tunnel vision, his alternate reality is that the world is after him. The world is cruel. That's how you view things in 3D. I know the world can be cruel. I know the state it's in. I know the state of human beings. Do I know everything? No, that's not what I'm saying. Do I think I'm above anything? Not at all. Am I different? Yes. So the comment with the rose-colored glasses, I will keep on my glasses if I want to, because those rose-colored glasses In a sense, what that means is that regardless how dark the world can be, we choose to stay connected to a higher power that allows us to live heaven on earth. That's what the rose-colored glasses is to me. Where you can have the glasses on and still see through them. This doesn't mean you're an airhead. This doesn't mean that you see innocence in everything. In a sense, I'm a spiritual gangster. I have that feminine and that masculine. So all these little comments and different type of things that narcissist tries to plant seeds with, so that people could think that you're a person who's just so innocent and so angelic. She's not seeing the bigger picture of how cruel people can be and how manipulative this other person is. And I've been trying to mentor her and teach her. No, it's the other way around. Matter of fact, I don't try to teach the narcissist shit. For what? You're trying to have me unalive, so why would I want to entertain or engage in that? This is to fool people into believing that he has all the answers for me. To have people believe that he's trying to save me. Again, he is the antagonist, then he's the victim, then he's the hero trying to be my savior. Is anyone understanding what I'm saying? I think a lot of people do. When I mentioned in my last video about certain people that the narcissist contacts, and he tries to change the narratives. Again, that is no judgment. I'm simply stating what he's doing in order to continue the chaos, in order to stop progress. He's human too, right? Some people will say he's not. But in your eyes, he's going to put it in that form. Oh, well, she acts like I'm not a part of this world and I don't have a purpose. And this is so you can continue to attack me. I'm not saying he's this, that, or the other. I'm simply stating what I have experienced and what I know intuitively, 3D experience, and 5D understanding. So for those who he changes the narratives for you, and you say certain things to try and get at me, or you take his side, or if he sees you understanding me, he doesn't like that. He's consistently coming in because I must not hear anything positive. I must not receive a flower. And that's okay if I don't. That's not the reason why I'm stating all of this. I'm simply helping people understand what this person has been doing for over 16 years. This is how no progress comes into play. This is how people stay asleep. This is how he continues to abuse in my case. Now, if he's changing the narratives to someone else, I can't control that. My concern is my situation. So my reason for saying this is the narcissist will come in and say, oh, well, she's mentioning that I'm changing the narratives and you have free will and you have the right to say what you want to say. This is what he's going to say. He's done it before. This is not about controlling what anyone is saying or doing. I'm simply explaining my story and how he's doing it. For those people online, friends, family, whoever, I appreciate people where they're sitting, where their understanding is. And I get it that people will only provide to their level of understanding. And I don't judge it. The narcissist is completely always judging. That's why he's always changing the narratives. Now, to end this video, I want to get into the whole free will thing. The narcissist will tell you, you have free will, you have free will. But yet the narcissist is trying to mind control and take away your free will, change your free will. The only time free will comes into play is when he wants you to get away with saying certain things, using the power of suggestion or changing the narratives. That's when you're allowed free will. Now, if you take that to the lab, free will, how many of us have had free will in the world? When it comes to world conditioning, your free will psychologically was taken from you. You were led to believe you have a choice and you have free will. And a lot of times we find that there isn't free will in the 3D. In the 3D. When you truly have free will, that is in the 5D, because now you are aware and you have understanding, you have freedom. Freedom to viewing the world in the right light. That matrix, when you're in the 3D, we are led to believe that we have free will. The 3D closes that down. It shuts that down psychologically. Mind control. The things we were led to believe, that's what the matrix is. That's what 3-base living is. Your free will isn't necessarily there. You come into free will when you're in 5D. That freedom. When you let go of the lie. When you let go of the illusions of the world. So when the narcissist is speaking about free will in the 3D, it is being used in such a way to gain something, to disillusion, to get people to do what he wants them to do. But yet he's been trying to take away my free will for years. I don't allow it because my free will is in 5D. That awakening, that spiritual awakening now allows freedom. Therefore, you have free will. Because now you have a full awareness, a full understanding of what true freedom is. In the 3D, it's suggestive. And yes, there is a level of free will in the 3D. And usually with that free will, it gets us into trouble. It's all in how you look at it. So when people do certain things and the narcissist is mind controlling people, what he will say is, well, I had nothing to do with that. They have free will. They made that choice. I had nothing to do with it. Remember, the world conditions us all. So if we're all being conditioned, is the world telling us, well, you have free will? I didn't tell you to drive like this. I didn't tell you you could do that. There are rules and regulations in this world that we have to follow, some of them that we necessarily don't agree with. But we do what we have to do. So we're conditioned to believe we have free will. I'm not asking anyone to take on my perspective, nor am I trying to manipulate anything. I'm explaining my story, and every now and then I get downloads of something that God wants me to convey in between telling my story that may help someone here and there. Another thing, people wanting to know too much about me. The narcissist addicts other people to you. People would not be aware as to who I am if it wasn't for the narcissist forcing that. This is how he gets everyone looking at you. And if you have too much energy being thrown in your direction. He's hoping that that will siphon me. So many people talking about you, especially if it's negative. Attention that you don't necessarily want. So to put that in perspective, let's say the narcissist is talking to a group of men, sharing things about you. I don't think he's very smart when he does this, but now what you're doing is you're bringing my likeness to the attention of other men. Now you have certain men who are looking at you a certain way and possibly flipping that script and starting to like you or wanting something from you. Otherwise, these men would just look at you, think what they think, say what they say, and move along. What the narcissist is doing is embedding your image into other people's minds and your name. So if he's sharing things with a group of men and possibly women, I don't put it past females as well. But now you have a bunch of people who are forwarded whatever, and they're pleasing themselves to your likeness all at the same time. This is so many people are tugging on your energy. Now, for those of you out there who have a creative mind, you can probably dissect that and see other things into that. So when people say, how do you do it? How do you remain this way or that way? How did you get through that? And how did you survive this? And how are you so poised? And because I've had to learn to do that. If you have to do that at such a wide scale, imagine the power that you grow within. Imagine the things you can get through that are about to arrive, good or bad. What I do is I take all that negativity and turn it into power. I alchemize it. I transmute it. And therefore, that is what's helped me help other people. And so, with me transmuting it and using it to my advantage, the narcissist and whoever else, they hate that you have abilities, you have gifts. They contributed to it. So thank you. You didn't do it in a positive way, but me knowing how to transmute it, that's what I'm thanking you for. Because I had no idea to transmute this or the other or how to do it. I was forced to learn to since very young age. And this is why I say that regardless of what's said and done, I'm going to use it to my advantage. That's what the universe has taught me to do. I'm equipped for it. And I have no shame in saying that finally. I'm no longer keeping myself small. I have arrived. Take it or leave it. And if I have to walk the journey with less, that's probably a good thing. Not just for myself, many people. For those of you who have had to walk away from family, friends, co-workers, anyone in your life, I understand it. You did the right thing for yourself, just like that other person is doing what they want to do and they have 3D will, free will. They have 3D free will. You have 5D free will, just like you do in 3D. Congratulations. Now, the narcissist will turn this into, oh, she sounds like a bitch. Oh, she's this, she's that. And look what she said here. And this is what she's trying to say there. And she's wrong and she's making this up. All sorts of things. Regardless, I'm not deviating from my truth. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for my next video. I don't know when that will be dropped. I follow my intuition. I don't try to rush things, but I'm grateful to have started this. It's given me a sense of relief. It's helping me help others. And if you're liking my content, like and subscribe. I appreciate you stopping in. Much love to you. Thanks. Well, before I end the video, I'm also working on a comedy script using my situation because I like to laugh. So hopefully people will stay tuned when I drop my comedy script with this. Hopefully that goes over well. Thanks for visiting again. Have a good one.